Welcome students, Standard 4th, lesson number 27, The Dreadful Guest. This is a nice story which took place in Russia, in which the dragon is included. Dragon means a large, fierce imaginary animal, usually represented with wings, a long tail, and fire coming out of its mouth. Dreadful means causing fear or suffering. In this story, the dreadful guest was a dragon. Now let's read the story. Once upon a time, the king of Russia decided to hold a grand feast. He invited princes, rich merchants, brave warriors, and all the important people in his kingdom. On the night of the feast, the king and his guests sat together at a long table in the banquet hall. They talked and laughed, and everyone was happy. Banquet means a large formal meal for many people. So, the feast was very grand. Suddenly, a huge animal burst into the hall. It was a horrible looking dragon. Burst into means entered a place suddenly and noisily. It was as tall as a tree, as broad as a house, with teeth like spikes and claws like knives. Spike means a narrow thin shape with a sharp point at one end. His skin was hard and scaly, and his eyes red. Red hot flames shot forth from his mouth, and black smoke from his nostrils. Scaly means having thin hard parts that cover the skin, and shot forth means came out quickly. Now, this dragon was also a very mean creature. He loved to be a spoil sport and killjoy. Spoil sport means a person who stops other people from enjoying themselves. Killjoy means a person who interferes in other people's fun. He walked straight to the head of the table and pushed himself between the king and the queen. Everyone stopped talking. Everyone was scared. Well, not everyone. The brave warrior Ivan was not afraid of dragons. What a rude, impolite creature you are, he said angrily. So, what happened in the story? There was a feast, and a huge and a horrible looking dragon burst into the banquet hall, but all were afraid. The brave warrior Ivan was not afraid of dragons. Now let's read the story. Just then the servants brought in the food and set the platters on the table. Platters means large plates used for serving food. But before they had a chance to serve the food to the king and the queen and the guests, the dragon began to gobble up everything. Gobble means to eat food fast. The king and the queen did not know what to do. Nobody could stop the dragon, but Ivan spoke up again. Nobody has ever taught you any manners, I can see, he said. I hope you choke on the food you are gobbling up so greedily. Now this was more than the dragon could stand. He puffed out fire and sprang to his feet. I dare you to come out and fight with me, Ivan, he roared. Are you ready? Of course, said Ivan. What have you done, Ivan? Said the king. Let's put up with the dragon for some more time. You cannot fight a dragon. It will burn and kill you in no time. So the dragon puffed out fire, and that fire sprang to Ivan's feet. Dragon gave an open challenge to Ivan to fight with him. And fearless Ivan was also ready to fight with the dragon. The king warned Ivan that he could not fight with the dragon because dragon will burn him and kill him in no time. So what happened in the story we will read. But Ivan was not afraid. He knew that dragons were dreadful but not intelligent. He was sure he could find a way of killing the dragon. Everyone walked out to the palace courtyard. The dragon and the brave warrior faced each other. The dragon smiled a very mean and wicked smile. Now, how shall I kill you, you silly fool? He asked Ivan. Shall I burn you to death? Shall I smother you with fumes? Smother means to kill someone by covering their face so that they cannot breathe. Or better still, shall I tear you up with my knife claws, or shall I eat you up with my spiked teeth? Ivan already knew that dragons were dreadful but not intelligent, and the dragon asked Ivan whether he should burn Ivan to death, smother him with fumes, tear him up with his claws, or eat him up with his spiked teeth. In the meanwhile, however, the clever Ivan had thought of a way of tricking the wicked creature. He folded his arms on his chest and said in a clear voice, Now look here, dragon. When you dared me to fight you, I agreed readily. I thought it would be a fight between just the two of us. Then he pointed behind the dragon. Why have you brought a whole army to help you fight? The dragon was as stupid as Ivan thought him to be. He turned his head to see what Ivan was pointing at. Quick as a flash of lightning, Ivan drew his sword and cut off the dragon's head. There, he said, we won't have to put up with this dreadful guest ever again. So, in the story, how did Ivan kill the dragon? The dragon and Ivan were facing each other, and Ivan pointed behind the dragon and asked him why he had brought a whole army to fight. The stupid dragon turned his head to see what Ivan was pointing at. Quickly, Ivan drew his sword and cut off the dragon's head. So, in this story, Ivan was a brave warrior. He courageously scolded the dragon for gobbling up the food. He dared to fight the dragon. He was clever and found a way of tricking the dragon and killing him. Now let's learn the meanings. Dreadful means causing fear or suffering. Burst into means entered a place suddenly and noisily. Dragon means a large, fierce, imaginary animal, usually represented with wings, a long tail, and fire coming out of its mouth. Spike means a narrow, thin shape with a sharp point at one end. Short forth means came out quickly. Impolite means rude. Gobble means to eat food fast. Smother means to kill someone by covering their face so that they cannot breathe. Fumes means strong, unpleasant, and sometimes dangerous gases or smoke. I hope all of you have understood the story. Thank you.